Indeed, these Femintards clearly lost their goddamn mind if they think this shit is okay. And rather, it goes back to what I said. Then Uncle JD said, and I quote, their misandry is only going to contribute to the same misogyny they cry, bitch, and complain about. Didn't I say that? I did, didn't I? And God damn it, why are they giving me receipts here? So for those of y'all who don't know, you got Femintards on social media promoting women putting their hands on men. No, y'all heard me loud and clear on that, right? So they want women to put their hands on men and expect for the men not to touch them right back. In which I also stated that not all these men will take it on the chin. Now, don't get this fucking shit twisted. This is not me. This is not me promoting violence. This is me stating facts. Let these women put their hands on the wrong man, and guess what? There's always repercussions to their actions. And yes, these will be the same women that will cry misogyny if the men decide to hit them back. Thus proving my point. Misandry contributes to misogyny. One can't live without the other. And what's more, I am so happy to see other people bringing this misandry to the forefront. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm happy everybody's talking about misandry since these dumb broads constantly want people to believe that, oh, misandry doesn't exist. Oh, misandry is this bad dream. It's just this bad dream. No, it isn't. If misogyny exists, so does misandry. One form of sexism can exist without the other. But JD Mills, you don't know what you're talking about. Man, shut your retarded fuck ass up forever. Start trying to defend something that will soon be a problem y'all gonna whine and cry about afterwards. And what y'all see the title. And no, not all men will take that shit on the chin. And there's a reason why you hear most men say, if she comes at me and hit me like a man, I will treat her like a man. This is what they're saying. And this is why I also advocate not just men keep their hands to themselves, everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves. And no, ladies, you are not the exception to the rule. Those same rules apply to you too. But I digress from this. Shout out to Jesus Ed, the host of the Coffee Pot. I'll leave the link to his full video in the comments section. Y'all could go check it out. But enough of me talking. Let's get down to business, shall we?
Women can hit men, but men can't hit women is basically what I hear this cat lady here sharing with the internet.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
So this conversation that we're about to get into stems from a recent video I released titled Boyfriend Beater, Taylor Frankie Paul Just Ruined Her Career. So this was inspired by Bachelor. Long story short, they had to cancel her show, as you guys know, as soon as ABC found out that there was video evidence of the star of that show, which is going to be Taylor Frankie Paul, putting her hands on her ex-boyfriend a situation which also ended up harming her child physically.
I read that story, but a lot of people was touching on it. That's why I didn't make my video about it. But I'm glad Jesus had brought this up because yes, you had the bachelorette putting her hands on her ex-boyfriend, and what's worse, even even the child suffered. And to think the retarded fucks on the bachelorette was trying was trying to the retarded fucks on the bachelorette still wanted to go to carry on with the show. But ABC like, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Y'all think she could get away with this, but y'all retarded fucks is wrong. We ain't airing this. We ain't airing this. And yes, I'm happy. I'm happy they canceled. If it's wrong for a man to put his hands on a woman, then guess what? It's also wrong for a woman to put her hands on a man. And what's more, the child got hurt as well. So that's two people. So that's two people here. I mean, what did the child do to incite her wrath? I mean, this shit makes no sense. None whatsoever. Let's continue.
And so I really think this situation exposed all the women here who are going to sit here and justify why they still take her side and don't think that she pretty much did anything wrong at all. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself.
Yeah, I would like to hear. I would like to hear Miss Baldhead here try to explain, try to justify the situation. Let's go.
So when a woman is accused of domestic violence against a man, I am always going to ask what that man did. I am always going to inquire about that. Because it's not enough to simply say, well, if it was a man, we wouldn't ask these questions. Well, because men have patriarchal power, right? Like, you can't simply just divorce.
Bullshit, Baldy. And it's funny how these women steady crying, bitching, and complaining about the patriarchy, even though the patriarchy does not exist. And I'll tell you why the patriarchy no longer exists. Because now women can has so much benefits and so much going for them. They even have statues made after them. All this good stuff. Yet we are still to be convinced that these women are oppressed despite all these advantages they have. Get the fuck out of here with that retarded fuck ass excuse. Oh, we got all these things that benefit us women, but the patriarchy still oppresses us. I swear to God, these bitter broads will never be satisfied. Let's continue.
The power that men have from their behavior and say, well, it's all the same. It's like, well, no, it isn't, because we have centuries of evidence that tells us that men will weaponize their power against women to make themselves into the victim. There is a term for this. It's Darvo, right? Like, this isn't a new phenomenon. This is a thing that happens in our society.
The irony of her blaming the patriarchy of always making themselves victims, men, when that is exactly what she's showcasing that she's doing here in this situation. Even though the woman was charged, she had to do time because they found that she was guilty and was in the wrong, is more than just concerning. It's disturbing, actually.
It's not to say that we should rationalize people's behaviors or say that it's okay to hit people. Like, right, we can say, okay, yes, maybe you shouldn't hit people. Yes, of course. But we also know who men are. We know who men are, we know who they have been, and we know who they will continue to be. And so
then you should know to keep your hands to yourself. Because you, Baldy, sound like you're trying to provoke these men to do something. You're trying to provoke these men to get a reaction. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to work in your favor. As Uncle JD stated, let them put their hands on the wrong men, and these same women talking about it's okay to hit a man will be these same women crying, bitching, and complaining about misogyny. Men hate women. But everybody is to be convinced that there's no such thing as misandry. Women don't hate men. Yes, they fucking do. Let's continue.
They don't want to experience the effects of patriarchy. They have a say in that, right? And one of the effects of patriarchy is that, we are going to question you a little bit more. Like, it's not just going to be a totally equal experience, particularly when we're talking about like gender-based or interpersonal relationship. Like, there is a double standard there. So
There's a double standard. Are you guys listening to this? And this actually gets worse for you.
We are listening to this retarded fuck ass logic. Let's continue.
Not. A few comments here. Top comment here says too many people have no idea about Darvo tactics. And the term that they're using here is reactive abuse. So she was, and they're saying that, she was probably reacting to abuse that she was facing. Next comment here says, okay, who's the baby? So, of course, these are feminists, so they don't have husbands, but they have cats. You know, they don't have children because they hate children and they hate men, but they love cats, right? I support everything you're saying, but love the baby. So these guys are crazy. They call cats babies. And no, I think it's weird. Yes, I think it's very, very weird. People who lift up animals over human lives. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a pet if that's your thing, but that's who these people can get alone with.
They call her the cat lady. And their cats are their babies. But what amazes me is the fact that some of these females defending this shit, fellas, some of these females defending this shit. Notice how they try to make it sound like, we were there when the bachelorette put her hands on her ex-boyfriend. Oh, we saw it all. Okay, since you saw it all, please explain this to us. What did the child do? Because after all, her child also got hit in the process. So what did that child do to her? Nothing. Oh, that's the part they don't want to talk about. Let's continue.
In the room surrounded by cats. Let's talk about the sponsor of this channel. Fathers Have Rights. Here's another one of these angry divorcees. And in this video, she blames her husband for her pretty much trying to take him out with this knife. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself.
This knife is a reminder of what reactive abuse is to me, and it's a reminder of who I never ever want to be ever again. If you will note, this knife is bent. Now, you may be asking, how did this knife get bent? I threw the knife in a fit of despair and anger. I threw the knife in an incident of reactive abuse. My ex-husband, who was a narcissist, had been stonewalling me, alternated.
I believe somebody said it best when it comes to these bitter broads constantly crying, bitching, and complaining about narcissism. And I quote, if you're dealing with someone who is a narcissist, you wouldn't be talking about them at all. Nope, you wouldn't be talking about a narcissist, because that there has regrettable consequences. Nope, they wouldn't be talking about anyone freely who is a narcissist. I'm just throwing it out there. Let's continue.
With criticizing me and yelling at me for this thing. And I had been.
Who are you? Yelling at you, criticizing you. So let me grab this knife and literally try to take this man out. And she's the victim.
And walking on it.
The retarded fuck-ass logic don't make sense. So, according to this dumb broad, verbal abuse equals trying to murder someone with a knife. And what's more, they think verbal abuse equals physical abuse. Nope. Verbal and physical abuse are two different types of abuses. And to be honest, fellas, I'm doubting this bit of broad story. Remember, some of these women will go on social media trying to portray themselves as a victim for sympathy and brownie points. So his verbal abuse made you want to kill the guy. I don't get that part.
And shells. And then one night he just fully tore into me. All the things that were wrong with me, all the things that I was not. I was too much of this. I was not enough of that.
Right.
And I was at the sink and I was doing dishes and I reached for the knife block.
So instead of you walking away, ma'am, no. Make the retarded logic make sense here. Instead of you just walking away, ending it all, move on with your life, you thought that the best solution was to take a knife and throw it at him. But you're the victim. Oh, woe is you, ma'am. Everybody has to pity you, ma'am. Fuck out of here. Let's continue.
And I pull out this knife and I held it to my arm. And I said, why don't I just go ahead and do this? If I'm so bad, then let me do you the favor. And when I did that, he started exiting the room. And I took the knife.
Okay, so he disengages the situation, walks away, and she took the knife.
And I threw it against the wall. And I kind of threw it down towards the wall, like towards the floor. And
look what he made you do.
And it hit the wall, and then it ricocheted off, and it started scattering across the floor. My male dog, Max, had been in the room when we were arguing, and as soon as the knife made impact with the wall, he ran away. And I vividly remember watching that knife scatter across the floor while hearing him scampering out of the room in a panic. And I thought to myself,
that poor dog. He didn't do nothing to you. And now the dog is now the victim of your actions. And keep this in mind. He walked out, which means he disengaged. You, ma'am, threw the knife, and as a result, you scared your own dog. And what did the dog ever did to you? Nothing. Let's continue.
Of what have you done? And you cannot do this. Now, the situation with Taylor Frankie Paul and Dakota Mortensen, was that an instance of her reactive abuse? Yeah, probably. We've seen that both of them are incredibly good at making horrible choices.
Were you there, ma'am? Were you there when that situation happened? For you to say it's reactive abuse. No, you weren't. And fellas, what kills me is the fact that they want to talk about other people's abusive relationships, while at the same time They dealing with their own. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I just can't take you seriously, ma'am. Let's continue.
These are two people that don't belong together. We know that he's done her incredibly dirty. Yes, we do. We also know that this incident happened 3 years ago. And since then,
Again, were you there when it happened? No, you weren't. So you not being there physically to see what happened between Taylor and her ex-boyfriend, anything you say in regards to them is absolute bullshit. You're going by what you think will happen. And no, assumptions is not facts. Your feelings is not facts. Your emotions is not facts. What happened in your relationship is not factual to theirs. And basically all she's trying to do is inject her relationship onto them and try to make Taylor seem like she's the victim through what's going on in her life. How sad and pathetic. Let's continue.
we have seen her make a multitude of very bad public choices, and we know that there is at least another incident. So it's not like this happened and she realized, I can't continue being this way. I need to fix this. And do I feel bad for her? Absolutely, because you see how her family treats her, and it's absolutely no wonder that she...
And have you been around her family? Oh, look how bad her family treats her. And have you been around her family, ma'am? Again, I doubt it. Everybody doubts it. But again, you talking as if you were there. Yeah, fellas, let that sink in. Let's continue.
She behaves this way. And
Wow.
None of that is okay.
Poor Taylor Frankie. So next time, and it will be a next time because this is life, some guy gets called out and exposed for wailing on some chick, instead of people like myself saying, hey, men shouldn't do that, because I say that. I expect them to keep the same energy and say, well, what did she do? Was she talking shit?
Great idea.
Maybe you should keep your mouth shut. That's what I expect. More of this nonsense, believe it or not.
So you're telling me Dakota just picked up his phone and started recording Toe, Frankie Paul, not provoked, nothing had gone on, she just started going crazy because that's what she does. No, what you see is reactive abuse.
This is crazy.
You are only seeing a young girl, I think she's 21 here, at a breaking point. You don't see what he did to provoke her in this video. You don't see the abuse, whether it been physical or emotional, on her. He picked up his phone and started recording.
Ma'am, you just debunked your own fucking argument. You didn't see this, you didn't see that, and neither did you. Nope, not at all. Did you see it? No, you did not. You're going by what you believe happened. And again, we got ourselves another dumb broad trying to talk as if she was there when it all happened, when even she herself don't know shit. And if we don't know what happened behind the scenes, how do you know? Were you there when it happened? Where were you when Taylor hit her ex-boyfriend? Where were you? Damn, South Park all over again. Where were you when all this went down? Oh, that's right. You weren't there, but you're sitting here talking as if you were. Let's continue.
After everything he did to provoke her, to get a reaction out of her. And I'm not saying that it's okay, but she's 21. Her darkest moment is being recorded with a...
Then why are you sitting in front of your TikTok camera making excuses? Why are you sitting here pretending like you saw all that happen and now you got your mouth running 100 miles an hour? But you're not making it, but you're not trying to make excuses here. Well, you're suddenly making excuses to us. Man, this shit is a fucking joke. Let's continue.
Toxic relationship, a toxic man, him saying, yeah, Taylor, this is what you do, clearly is him just still egging her on when she is absolutely losing it. That is reactive abuse, and I do not think she should be canceled.
That is reactive abuse. That is reactive abuse. And how do we know it's reactive abuse? Oh, because some dumb broad says it's reactive abuse who don't even know what the fuck she even talking about herself, but wants to act like she was there when it happened. Let's continue.
If every woman at 21 that was in a toxic relationship with a manipulative man had their worst moments recorded and sold on the internet, everyone would be a lot less judgmental.
So you're saying that most women are violent is all I got from that. And now I'm going to drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee. It'll make you feel better.
That's what I got from that. What do you guys think about that?
I'll tell you what I think. First off, why is she making a big deal about that situation being recorded? Shoot, it's a good thing it was recorded. Because it makes her look guilty. And she doesn't like that. I get it. They should not record it. That way it makes her look innocent. And how many videos I made where the dude is recording the woman, and she's making all this shit up. She's making up false accusations of shit. Or she's putting her hands on him while he's recording it all. In fact, I just saw a story where the police ended up arresting a woman for putting her hands on her boyfriend, then tried to turn right back around and try to paint herself as innocent until the police saw the actual evidence. I bet Blondie here will also have an excuse for that too. Oh, it's reactive abuse. Let's continue.
Does it matter? I guess if you're 21, it doesn't matter, right? How old was Chris Brown when he did what he did to Rihanna? Because people shouldn't have overreacted with that situation, because after all, he must have been like, 21? He's talked to our AI assistant, breached him his coffee.
And the crazy part about it is that everybody knows that Chris Brown put his hands on Rihanna, but somehow he didn't face no punishment. Oh, that's right. They love Chris Brown. That's the reason why he didn't face punishment for that. Let's continue.
Miss Coffee, how old was Chris Brown when he put hands on Rihanna? Because I thought that was terrible. But apparently, if you're 21, it doesn't count. All right, Miss Coffee isn't really speaking here, but it says Chris Brown was 19 years old when that assault on Rihanna happened in February 2009. 19. So 19, that's even younger than 21. So he pretty much shouldn't have anybody calling him an abuser ever, right?
Is you have someone that will poke and poke and poke and create frustration, pushing someone to lose it. And then when they lose it, the victim goes, whoa, look how crazy you are. That's what this feels like to me, is Taylor was pushed to a place where she lost composure, and bad on her, she shouldn't have.
Incredible.
And it was it could have been a reaction to whatever Dakota did to set her up. Again, I don't know. I wasn't there. We don't know what happened before the camera turned on. And I am.
Then shut your ass up if you don't know what happened. Plain and simple, simple and plain. And once again, this time you have a psychologist who's trying to paint this picture with a broad brush only to turn right back around and debunk his own argument. Oh, they would push and push and push until she reacted, but I don't know because I wasn't there. Dude, I got a degree in psychology, and even I look at this shit as just plain stupid. The contradictions is at an all-time high. So this psychologist is telling us that Taylor was pushed to being violent. Then in the same breath, he turns right back around and says that he doesn't know, he wasn't there. Then with that logic, how can we take what he said? How can we take what the psychologist says as actual fact then, if he wasn't there? Come on, it's not rocket science. Let's continue.
Aware that I am maybe faster to wonder about reactive abuse, given the gender dynamic. I also think that part of that is based in the reality that Dakota could have left if he wanted to, and he chose not to. Level of manipulation and the viciousness that it takes to record someone at their worst moment, then try to resolve the relationship, and to hold that.
This dude is such a shit, bro.
For 3.
Which I will say he needs to shut his simp ass up, because he just contradicted and completely destroyed his own argument. But he's steady trying to paint the picture. Oh, this happened, that happened, but I wasn't there, so I don't know. But this happened and that happened. And this retarded fuck ass simp is a psychologist. Wow, just wow.
Years, and then right before that person is going to have a big moment, right before The Bachelorette airs, then you sell it to TMZ. I assume he sold it to TMZ. Is wild to me. It shows a very vicious, manipulative style.
Wow. You guys listening to this? Let's check out some comments.
I'm definitely listening to it.
I don't care. There's no excuse for what she did. Okay, so we have somebody there.
Facts. These Femintards, these simps, these retarded fuck ass psychologists can say whatever the fuck they want. By the end of the day, she put his hands on him. She fucked up. She let her emotions take over. And as that saying goes, never make a permanent decision based off temporary emotions. So all these retarded fucks can make all the excuses in the world. By the end of the day, she's the one who is shown to be abusive. She's the one who is being punished by the end of the day. So guess what, fellas? And as Uncle JD also stated, facts don't care about your feelings. Oh, but she was going to react and abuse. I feel like she was going to react and abuse. Oh, I feel like he pushed her to be abusive. But by the end of the day, facts has shown us that she was the one who was abusive. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Who's actually speaking some sense. Somebody else who says, yeah, you don't know. Another person who says, we know. And somebody else who says, I think you are accurate. Another person who added, this is what I thought when I saw it too. He's sitting there like, Listen to the first line.
Is you have someone that will poke and poke and poke and create frustration.
So that justifies it, right? That justifies it. If she keeps poking at that man and keeps poking, can men not experience reactive abuse? I don't know. Maybe we should ask Assistant Barista, or is it only something that's unique for women? That's mighty convenient. Produced by the psychology industry.
So basically, it's only okay when women do it. Do as I say, not as I do. Got it.
Interesting, right?
Just a quick question for those who've never been in a domestic violence relationship. What do you think would happen to a woman in a high conflict situation where they're scared for their life? What would happen if that woman pulled her phone out and started recording her abuser?
They do it all the time.
What do you think would
They
happen?
do all the time.
I can tell you. Then our lives would be put at risk immediately. Do you really think someone who is unsafe and scared for their life would be able to pull out a cell phone in that person's face and record them? No.
And she ain't lying either. And shout out to my sources at TikTok. They have informed me that she has actually been in an abusive relationship. So I don't doubt anything that she's saying right now. But let her continue to speak.
Oh, if you've ever been in a situation like that, your one goal is to get out of there and de-escalate and get away. That is it. That's all you care about, is to survive, to get out of there, and to just get away from it.
This woman here is thinking like a woman. She believes that all people, both men and women, and in this situation, the ex-boyfriend, the man, should have just ran away and went to tell everybody, hey, do you guys know that she was beating me up and hurt the baby? What if she says that?
Oh, that's right. They're so focused on trying to make her the victim, they disregarded the fact that a baby was also involved. And once again, what did that baby do to her? Was the baby also reactively abusive to her? Yeah, we would definitely love to hear their excuse on that.
Do that. You hit me, actually. She forgets that, because they can't admit this, that society says believe all women, and they're most likely going to believe her more than they would believe him. And his only insurance in that situation is to record the situation. Do not ever, ever, ever not record if you can record being attacked by a woman.
Record everything. Because by not recording the situation, that gives her a reason to play the victim. And you're the one that's going to end up in trouble. And as Uncle JD also stated, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video recording is worth 1,000,000. I'm just saying, let's continue.
It is your best self-defense. Look at how it ruined her whole life. Of course, guys, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Let's check out a few of these comments. Top commenter says, thank you. Another person says, no, seriously. Here's somebody else who says, our phones end up broken or held hostage, so we can't even call for help.
I never thought I would see the day where women are defending violence, because that's what's happening with the Taylor Frankie Paul situation. So there was a video that surfaced from 2023 where she's throwing chairs at her then boyfriend Dakota and just being an aggressor towards him.
What? Whoa. So back in 2023, she was throwing chairs at her ex-boyfriend? But these retarded fucks is trying to paint her as a victim? Oh, shit. Don't tell me these retarded fucks is going to say, it's reactive abuse. They will say anything and everything they can to try to make her a victim because they don't want to deal with the reality, that women can be just as abusive as the men. And I dare anyone to argue me down on that so I can embarrass all your retarded fuck asses. Let's continue.
They're saying that he's actually the abuser, that he, for a prolonged period of time, mentally, verbally abused her, gaslit her to the point where now she reacts, and it's called reactive abuse. And so
Okay, so where are the videos? Where are the videos of him being reactively abusing her at? No, all jokes aside, serious question. If he's reactively abusing her, then let's see those receipts. Let's see the videos. Let's see the evidence. Oh, that's right. None of these retarded fucks presented a single ounce of evidence showing that her ex-boyfriend is abusing her. And you already know how Uncle JD is when it comes to hearsay. Oh, they expect us to believe that the ex-boyfriend was abusing her because they say that he did it, but show nothing. And for those of y'all who've been with me for quite a long time, y'all already know how Uncle JD is. Uncle JD is the type to where you got to show me more than you can tell me. Because anybody could say any goddamn thing and then try to pass it off as facts. So no, I ain't trying to hear words. I want to see evidence. I want to see receipts. Till then, all you're doing is just straight talking. Let's continue.
clothes and starts just going after him and throwing chairs. Now, here's the problem with that. She's throwing chairs in the video. He says, "Hey, your kid's in the room." She continues to throw chairs. One hits the child, and he says, "You hit your kid." And she says, "I don't care."
Oh, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. So in the process of throwing the chairs at him, one of the chairs hit the child, and she doesn't care. Wow, to all you retarded fuck-ass Femintards, simps, and panda bears, she definitely sounding like a victim now, does she? Let's continue.
That's what she says. That's not normal, appropriate parental behavior. I don't care how angry I am. If somebody tells me my child is injured and I specifically am the result of that, I'm going to stop whatever I am doing because nothing would justify that behavior. Like, my kid comes first, okay? That was not her reaction. And she actually talked about this in a previous podcast where she said, before this video ever got released, that she threw chairs and she injured her child. And she said, "I was just so angry I didn't care in the moment." That's not okay. And furthermore, if the situation was reversed, if a man was throwing chairs at a woman, no one would say, "Well, what did she do? Like, what did she say? I'm sure she gaslit you into doing that." They would say, "He's the problem." But apparently, if the woman is the aggressor, now we can defend her? Like, I don't get that. And just...
Me neither. And yes, if the roles were reversed, oh, he's going under. But because it's a woman doing it, they got to come up with all these retarded fuck-ass excuses to try to paint herself as innocent. No, it don't work that way. She was the abuser, and now she's being punished. And as I say, these women don't get free passes. If it's wrong for a man to put his hands on a woman, then it's just as wrong when a woman does the same to a man. Regardless of what these retarded fucks say. Let's continue.
So we're clear, you're defending a woman who just last month got a violence charge and currently has her kids taken away from her. She lost custody for the second time. This is not the first time she lost custody. This is
what?
The second time. This is the person you're defending? Yeah, no. I hope those that are defending her behavior don't have kids, because you're teaching them that if they get angry enough and somebody pisses them off repeatedly, they have the right to act inappropriately towards them. That's not how it works.
Definitely don't. Definitely don't. Verbal abuse is not the same as physical. So in a situation where someone's verbally abusing you, you don't respond by using physical abuse, or else you're the one that's going to be in trouble. Now let's hear someone else break it down as well.
You still support Taylor Frankie Paul? Yes, I do. And even more so now because I feel like she's more relatable. I've been there. I've been her. So I can't sit here and judge her. Am I saying that her actions were okay? Absolutely.
Indeed, you have an unpopular opinion.
Not. But to ignore.
Yep, I'm definitely taking it back on this one.
The fact that not only was it 3 years ago, not only has she taken accountability, not only has she taken herself to therapy to try to work through these situations, I don't know if you understand what it feels like to just be that enraged and you just...
So with that same logic, I believe Kevin Hart was removed from one of the award shows for what he did a decade ago. So what Kevin Hart did a decade ago was a justifiable reason to remove him from the reward show. Am I missing something here? So according to your logic, ma'am, that same logic, ma'am, you believe what she did 3 years ago shouldn't have mattered today. What she did 3 years ago shouldn't have made them cancel The Bachelorette. Is this what you're saying? Are you applying that there should be rules for him, but not for her? I swear to God, the hypocrisy is killing me here.
Snap. You snap to the point of where you don't care who's around you. You don't care what consequences you might face. You literally don't care because your mind just loses it. And for those who have been like, well, I've been abused, I've been hurt, I've been a victim, I'm so happy that you didn't ever feel the way that it feels to just snap. Like, to only see black. You don't see anything else around. You don't see any person that's around. You just see the person that is antagonizing you. The person that is...
And furthermore, does that also justify her reason of harming a child? And again, that's the part they don't want to talk about because they're so busy trying to make her be the victim. Oh, let's just ignore what she did. Let's ignore what she did to the child. Let's just focus on her being a victim, and her ex-husband is the abuser. And this is why I can't take these bitter broads seriously. Let's continue.
Trying to manipulate the situation. The person who is trying to literally pick and pick and pick and pick and pick at you. I don't understand how nobody can see what's happening or what...
Damn, I know how to pause. And how can they see what's happening if they don't, if nobody, even you and other dumb broads like you, didn't see what happened either? You're going by your own assumption and your past trauma. Again, shout out to my supporters on TikTok. Let's continue.
Happened. Was it unfortunate how things shook out? Absolutely. Was it even more unfortunate that her daughter was there? Yes. But does that mean that she's just an abusive woman? Does that mean that she's just an evil person who deserves to be locked up for life, locked up, and just throw away the key is what I'm saying? What? Be so for real right now.
What? So according to your retarded fuck ass logic, she could be abusive and no punishment should happen to her. Is this what you're saying, ma'am? And for what? Because you want to use your past trauma and put it on her as if both of y'all had the same thing in common. And I highly doubt that you, ma'am, didn't harm a child in the process. So no, I can't take this shit seriously either. Let's continue.
If you've never been in that situation where you wanted to break things, throw things, and just spaz out because at the end of the day you didn't even care what happened to you in that moment, you're lucky. Consider yourself very lucky. But I've been in those extremely dark places where you feel like you wouldn't even care if you lived or died in that moment.
And did you harm a child in the process of being in that situation? No. So no, you can't put yourself in her shoes in this situation. Let's continue.
You didn't care what happened to you, let alone what happened to anybody else around you. So to sit here and act like she's not a victim is absolutely insane.
And while you sitting there portraying herself as a victim is retarded as fuck. And yes, you were right by putting the title Unpopular Opinion in your video because your opinion is damn sure unpopular. You didn't do the same thing she did. You fought back. She not only showed physical abuse, but also got a child involved. So no, both y'all situations is not the same. And yes, ma'am, I know what you're trying to do. And it's not working. Let's continue.
We are sitting here blaming the victim for how she's reacting after years of manipulation, abuse, and gaslighting.
And you're sitting in your car, just like all the other retarded fucks, trying to put yourself in the same place as her, acting like you was there all those years of what happened, and now you think you know exactly what happened, when in reality, you don't know shit, ma'am. Plus you're basing this out of your own past trauma. And at this point, who could take you seriously, ma'am? Certainly not me. And according to my sources on TikTok, nobody else is taking you seriously. And rightfully so. Let's continue.
We are letting women know that because a man has a video of you snapping, that somehow you are now less of a victim and you are now invalidated. And that to me is sick.
So why didn't she record the moment of him being abusive? If that's what you believe, ma'am, what stopped her from recording her ex-boyfriend being abusive like you claim? Oh, she didn't record. But he did. Now you're sitting in your car wondering why things turn out the way they were. Fuck out of here. Let's continue.
We are sitting here as a society right now, standing with her abuser and telling her that she is wrong. And she should have went about it a better way.
Which she should have done. Which she should have done. Now look at all you dumb broads trying to paint the picture differently from what's being seen because you want her to be the victim so bad. Nobody's going for the victimhood complex in this situation. Let's continue.
I don't even, like, this stuff isn't even making sense to me. And then to hold on to the video for 3 years, trying to get back with this woman on national television, spending all this time with her, having a child with her, being, trying to play house, wanting to move in together, all of these things. Clearly that abuse wasn't so bad for all that time that you engaged with her, that you tried to get back with her, that you sat there and wanted to work things out with her.
And the same can also be said about her as well. If she was in an abusive relationship, she also would have left too. So don't give us that retarded fuck shit, ma'am. Oh, God damn it. I paused again. Let's continue.
You held on to it in a perfect moment to destroy her life, which you said you were going to do. To just continue to further manipulate and control her. I don't understand how it's not evident to everybody.
Then why she didn't walk away, ma'am? Can you answer that? I doubt it. If she was being abused like you claim, why didn't she walk away? Can you answer that? Let's continue.
That's watching right now. I genuinely don't understand. I'm mind-boggled right now. Absolutely mind-boggling. And Taylor, you won't see my video, but that's okay. But for anybody else out there that's been through the same situation, I see you and I get it. But before you even let him have that much control of you or your situation, please just leave.
And how do you know about their situation, ma'am, when you never been around them to have that understanding? How do you know what happened? You don't know. You just assume that you know. That'd be like me saying, oh, I know what happened. I know what happened, even though I wasn't there, so I'm going to talk about it. Fuck no, I won't. I wasn't there, so I don't know shit. But it's mind-boggling in itself that you got these dumb broads on social media pretending like they know what happened. Let's continue.
Don't even let him take you that out of character, because it is the darkest place to be when you feel that much anger and you snap. Oh, and shame on ABC. You guys knew. We all knew. The fact that you guys are playing that you didn't know, you knew. And for you to pull the...
ABC is not to blame for her actions. And yeah, we get it. You're mad at ABC for canceling her show. And rightfully so. No different to where if a man is being abusive to a woman, their career is completely screwed. But you believe that because you want her to be a victim, you believe that the Bachelorette should still continue. Too bad it didn't. And now you feel a certain kind of way about it. Let's continue.
Season, after she continues to be manipulated, is sick. You guys knew. You knew. Because we all knew.
Here's somebody else who says, my videos are videos of the floor and inside my pocket, not like a damn day in the life like an influencer. Thank you. So they're just over here like, regardless of what we saw, regardless of the baby that was hurt, It doesn't matter to us. I'm the victim, right? In the words of the DoorDash lady. Till next time. I'm out. Peace.
Just like the DoorDash lady. Oh, the baby getting hurt doesn't matter. We want her to be the victim, and that's all. And now you got the Femintards trying to encourage other women to put their hands on men, and which even I could tell you is not going to turn out. It's not going to turn out the way they expect it. And by the end of the day, because we know these feminists are straight up misandrists. They hate men, regardless to what anybody says. But by the end of the day, their misandry will contribute to the same misogyny they cry, bitch, and complain about. And that's all there is to it. But I'm going to stop it right here. Again, shout out to Chisa Zed, the host of the Coffee Pod. If y'all want to watch this video in its entirety, I'll leave the link to the full video in the comment section. Go check it out. Tell JD Miles sent you. But that's all I got for tonight. I said what I had to say. I'm done with these misandrist broads trying to justify their behavior, and I'm out this bitch. Later.